Not Just Knicks. Happy Easter, everybody. I hope you guys are hanging out with the family, doing church, Easter egg hunting, bunny rabbits, whatever you guys do for Easter. Hope you're having a safe and an amazing time with the family or doing it solo. Now, I'm in a good mood. Once again, we're heading into the playoffs. It looks like we're going to have that third seed locked in. Who we play with the sixth seed is still up to grabs. You got a couple teams kind of bouncing around between Toronto and Philly, a couple of other teams in the mix as well. We don't know who we're going to see. But I am happy that we were able to bounce back, get a couple of key wins against teams that we definitely should have beaten, but it gave us an opportunity to rest Brunson and Cat one game each, and also get some of our backups some well-needed play. We see Mitchell Robinson. We're going to need him in a good groove. We're going to need Diawara, Polick, Clarkson. All these guys are going to have to be in a good groove in addition to our starters for us to make this championship run. Now, hopping on today because I want to talk Mikal Bridges. Mikal Bridges is my guy. Always loved this game. That midi game, you're starting to see more players kind of get back to it because you just really can't live and die by the three-pointer unless you are a knockdown three-point shooter. So Mikal Bridges, all season long, pretty much since he's gotten here, all the picks, 4 picks, 5 picks, whatever it was. Since he's gotten here, that's all we've talked about. Because he's not on a bad contract, so you can't complain about that. But this is my problem with all of the complaints about Mikal Bridges. If you watch ball, if you really know ball, and a lot of these Knicks fans be online acting like they know ball, but I remember Mikal Bridges in Phoenix, a Phoenix team that, if I'm not mistaken, went to a finals, definitely was having deep playoff runs, and he was the number 4 option. That was his role, and he played that role well. 3 and D. He could guard literally 1 through 5. He would crash a little bit more on the boards, and if you needed to, he's knocking down that corner three-pointer. In addition to his durability and reliability, as you can see right now based on this current streak of him not missing any games in literally his whole NBA career. So, this number 4 option who's playing his role well, and his role is a role that is needed on a championship team, gets traded to the Brooklyn Nets. Now he's forced to be in the number 1 option because he was the best player on that team. Cool. And even as a number 1 option, Mikal Bridges wasn't putting up Luka numbers. He wasn't averaging 30 a game, 28 a game. Like, he was averaging like 20-something a game. Cool. He showed that he has the ability to get his own shot because that's pretty much what he did in Brooklyn. Put the ball in his hand, he's going to create his own shot. Something that you see he can do now, but he just doesn't have the ball in his hands as much. In Brooklyn, he had 20-plus shots a game. He had Jalen Brunson freedom. Number 1 option, shoot as much as I feel like, win or lose. Here, he's back to being the number 4 option, which is his role. And Knicks fans, all y'all keep complaining about is the picks. Like, all right. So, all us fans that know ball, let's have a real conversation about it. So, Jalen Brunson's our number 1 option. He's the captain. Up until this season, he was the closer, sniper. So this season, Jalen Brunson is number 2, number 3, whatever it is, in first quarter scoring. So that means he's taken the bulk of the first quarter shots. And we're okay with that because when he gets on a roll, we know what we're going to have. We want Jalen Brunson to get on a roll. While fans were still complaining that he wasn't getting enough assists. So since the All-Star break, Jalen Brunson has averaged at least 8 assists a game. So now he's almost up to 10 assists a game, and that's something that most point guards in the league aren't even doing. His scoring has taken a hit, but we need to get our number 2 option on paper, which is Karl Anthony Towns, more involved, because we have nights where we see he is not involved on offense. He's not aggressive. He's not going to command the ball. He's not going to get upset if he doesn't get the ball. He's just going to go out there and play his game and be a good teammate and have fun. That's what the man's out there doing, but he does want to win. And you can see it by him making adjustments to his game, more specifically on the defensive end, and cutting down the silly offensive fouls where he kept hooking his arm under the other player when driving to the basket early in the season. That's given Cat the opportunity to be on the floor more and have a bigger impact, which we're definitely seeing when it comes to rebounding. Now we got to talk about my guy, OG Anunoby, who is the number 3 option, but has shown this season that it might be time to give him the reins to be number 2, because OG Anunoby will be the guy to bring us to that championship. He knows what it takes. That's all I got to say about that. And he's showing that he can do it. He's in his bag. But OG is 3. I don't know. Do we put him at 2? Cat still 3? So where does that leave Mikal Bridges, a.k.a. all those draft picks? At number 4? Like, he's not going to get more than 10 to 12 shots a game. But you fans be talking like y'all want him to average 20 plus a game. So on what? 8 for 10 shooting? And he doesn't get to the free throw line, so it's not like he's going to do a Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and give us 6, 7, 8 free throws a game, and he only really needs to hit 2, 3 shots a game. Come on now. Like, the unrealism is crazy. The crash outs be wild. Actually, hilarious to me. They're not even wild because they're not happening over here. Like, as you can see by the gray in my bed, I've been a fan of the Knicks. Long time. I've seen it. But I also grew up outside playing ball. Whereas a lot of fans today, unfortunately, grew up learning about ball, playing it in 2K. In that playground. Nah, I played there too. But I had to grow up on the streets around a lot of legends where if you didn't know how to play ball or even you didn't know how to talk ball, you weren't even allowed to be a part of the conversation. Go somewhere else in the park and talk to somebody else. You can't sit over here. But if you grow up learning about ball online, you could be as smart about ball as you want to be. So let's go back to Mikal Bridges, a.k.a. all these picks. So as a 4th option, who, if he's going to get the shots he needs to put up the type of production that you fans want him to consistently put up every game, then who's not going to get those shots? Do we take it away from Cat? Nah, it'll be an uproar immediately. Cat's not taking enough shots. Well, why is he here? Da-da-da-da-da-da. Do we take those shots away from Brunson? No, we can't do that. Johnson's not taking enough shots. He's the captain. Why is he here? Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Do we take them away from OG? No, we can't do that because OG's not even getting enough shots as it is. And if OG would even get half the fouls that he's supposed to get every time he drives to the basket and literally almost dunks on someone, OG would average 25 a game. And that's why I say he might be the number 2. So if you know ball, then you should know that those 4 picks, which ironically, as I was on X the other day, and it seemed like the trend on Knicks Twitter, Knicks X was the horrible first round picks and people posting all of the better players that got picked in latter rounds in that first round. 2 picks, 3 picks after the Knicks. Guys like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. We had Jalen Duren for a whole 5 minutes, traded him away to Charlotte, who eventually I think traded him to Detroit. And that's how that worked out. Even the 2-year, the young guy, AJ Mitchell from OKC, 2nd-year player. We drafted him, traded him to OKC immediately. So, you know, it is what it is. So at the end of the day, as I hear fans trying to make Mikal a scapegoat for picks that we historically always miss on for some reason, which one is it? Do we want to keep our first round picks to keep missing on them? I mean, what's the last real first round pick we really hit on? Porzingis? And let's not act like the Knicks prior to these 3 50-win seasons and this recent resurgence in the last 5-6 years, weren't a lottery team for like a decade. Every year we're in the lottery, missing on picks. So we've gave away picks that we might not have done anything with, and if we're supposed to be a championship caliber team every season, these are our expectations, then where are these picks going to be? In the high, mid-20s? So now we're expecting management to hit on low first-round picks every time. Other than that, we're drafting people that are going to sit on the bench. And we've already got 4 first or second-year players on our bench already that aren't getting enough time. Where do you want these picks to go? Because from what I see from Mikal Bridges, okay, two-way player, you're not going to get those. The ability to create your own shot, the ability to guard pretty much every player on the floor if you need to, and be available every game. Because it's every game I see Mikal on the floor, he's holding his wrist, he's in pain. And I'm like, no, don't break the streak under our watch. The whole Tibbs era, I was afraid the Mikal streak was going to end because of Tibbs. And it didn't. Where are you going to get that from? In an era of load management and I don't want to play because we're not winning, where are you going to get that type of commitment from? Which pick? Who? Which player in college? Which one of these nil players that's only really trying to play for 1 year and bounce to come sit on our bench? Make it make sense, fans, when you want to complain about a player who is one of the more valuable players that we will need for this championship run. Period. Okay? Who did you want to use those picks on? And how much confidence do the fans really have in Leon Rose based on the conversations I've been seeing online for the last 2 days that we would have taken those picks and turned them into all-stars, as opposed to just maybe having those picks on our bench and then send them to the G League because they're not getting burned and then they get picked up by another team and become an all-star. That sounds more like what we do. So I'm happy to have Mikal Bridges here. And in addition to it, when we talk about picks and young players, we've got this young player in Mo Diawara. Imagine this young man getting the opportunity to learn defense from OG Anunoby, Mikal Bridges, and Mitchell Robinson every day in practice. He's already got the instincts and the feel for the game. I call him a poor man's Pascal Siakam, who is more advanced in his rookie season than Siakam was in his rookie season. I see the same type of game, the same type of shiftiness. But this kid, he's got it. So imagine the value he's getting from learning from a guy like Mikal Bridges. Any little tricks he can learn to be that much better, as opposed to learning from some pick who's sitting on the bench next to him, wondering when he's even going to get in the game. This is what you fans are complaining about. That's because y'all don't know ball. It's all right, though. You can learn. We all learned. But like I say, it's how you learn. And hopefully you're learning the value of Mikal Bridges. We saw what he did last year, and that's what we brought him in for. That's the other thing. Like, we didn't bring Mikal Bridges here to be Jalen Brunson or Cat. We brought him here to help when we play against teams like Boston, who have wings that were destroying the guys that the Knicks traditionally would try to put on, like Alec Burks. My bad, Knicks Fan TV. I see you, CP. I know that's your guy, but facts is facts. We brought in Alec Burks because he was messing with Tatum's sister. Did not help in the playoffs. Anyway, we saw last year what Mikal and OG, aka Wingstop, was able to do. That's why he's here. F them picks. F them kids. Let's go Knicks. And can y'all stop the Mikal Bridges hate? Can y'all stop all the hate? We got a 50-win season, 3rd year in a row, and we're looking like we're going to have a better record than last year off of a new coach. We've got a core right now. We've got a team that wants to be here and wants to play together, and y'all just be looking for stuff to complain about just for a viral moment. That's corny. And I'm giving you the old school OG word. Whatever y'all young people call it, I don't know. But that's just straight corny. And y'all need to stop doing that because that's not how we do in New York. That is not New York thorough. Brooklyn is the borough. Let's go, Knicks.